Prayer before each hour. O my Lord Jesus Christ, prostrate in your divine presence, I implore your most loving heart to assist me as I meditate on the 24 hours of your most sorrowful passion. In your passion, your love drove you to suffer so much in your adorable body and in your most holy soul unto death on the cross. I implore your help, your grace, and your love to have profound compassion and a profound understanding of your sufferings as I meditate on this hour. I offer you my desire to meditate on all the hours, even those I cannot observe. Please accept my desire to meditate on all the hours, even when I must sleep or tend to my other duties. O merciful Lord, grant that my loving desire, united to you, may bring your holy blessings down upon us all. I give you thanks, O Jesus, for calling me into union with you by means of prayer. To glorify you, I unite myself with your thoughts, your tongue, and your heart, with which I intend to pray. I fuse myself in your will and in your love, and extending my arms to embrace you, I place my head upon your heart and begin. 17th hour, 9 a.m. Jesus is crowned with thorns, presented to the people that demand his crucifixion, and is sentenced to death. O my Jesus, infinite love, the more I look at you, the more I understand how much you suffer. You are already completely lacerated. Not one part of your body is untouched. The executioners are enraged in seeing that despite so many pains, you look at them with so much love, and that your loving gaze, forming a sweet enchantment like many voices, prays and implores for more pains and new sorrows. Despite their almost inhuman behavior, they, compelled by your love, make you stand to your feet. Unable to stand by yourself, you collapse again in your own blood, and they, irritated with you, with kicks and shoves, make you reach the place where they will crown you with thorns. My love, if you do not sustain me with your loving gaze, I cannot bear to see you suffer. I feel a shiver run through my bones. My heart pounds, and I feel I am dying. Jesus, Jesus, help me. And my beloved Jesus says, my child, have courage. Do not overlook any of my sufferings. Be attentive to my teachings. I have to redo man in everything, because sin has removed his crown from him and has crowned him with opprobrium and grief. He cannot stand before my majesty. Sin has dishonored him and made him lose all rightful claims to the honors and glories he once enjoyed. I want to be crowned with thorns in order to place upon man's head the royal crown he once possessed, and return to him all the rightful claims to all the honors and glories he once enjoyed. My thorns will be reparations and voices before my Father to expiate man's many sins of thought, especially those of pride, and to act as voices of light and supplication for each created mind, so that they may cease to offend me. Therefore, unite yourself to me by praying and offering reparation with me. Crowned Jesus, your cruel enemies force you to sit. They place a filthy purple mantle on you, take the crown of thorns, and with infernal fury force it onto your adorable head. Then, with a rod, they strike your head, making the thorns penetrate into your forehead, with some thorns penetrating your eyes, and others your ears, your skull, and even the back of your neck. My love, what torment, what unspeakable pain, how many bitter deaths you endure. Your blood pours down upon your face in such a way that one sees nothing but blood. But under those thorns and blood, your most sacred face appears, radiant with sweetness, peace, and love. And the executioners, wanting to complete the tragedy, blindfold you, place a reed in your hand as scepter, and begin their mockery. They hail you, King of the Jews. They beat you on the crown of thorns. They slap you and say, "Guess who hit you?" You remain silent. You answer by offering reparation for the ambition of those who aspire to kingdoms, to offices, and who seek honors, as well as for those whose misbehavior in positions of authority causes the destruction of individuals and harm to those souls entrusted to them, while their evil examples arouse evil in others and cause the loss of souls. With the reed you hold in your hand, you offer reparation for so many works that appear to be good, but are empty of the interior spirit and done with evil intentions. Through their insults and their blindfolding you, you offer reparation for those who ridicule the holiest things by discrediting and profaning them. You offer reparation for those who blindfold the light of their intelligence in order to avoid seeing the light of truth. With this blindfold, you pray that the blindfolds of passions, of riches, and of pleasures may be removed from us. My King Jesus, your enemies continue with their insults. The blood which flows from your most sacred head is so abundant that, reaching your mouth, it prevents you from letting me clearly hear your most sweet voice and from following what you are doing interiorly. I place myself in your arms to sustain your pierced and sorrowful head, and I wish to place my head under these thorns to feel them pierce me. And as I say this, with his loving gaze, my beloved Jesus calls me, and I immediately cleave to his heart and try to sustain his head. Oh, how beautiful it is to be with Jesus, even among 1,000 torments. And he says to me, "My child, these thorns declare that I want to be constituted king of every heart. To me belongs all dominion. Take these thorns and let them pierce your heart. Let them remove from you all that which opposes me, and then leave one thorn within you, as a seal to testify that I am your king and to prevent anything that opposes me from entering you. Then go to every heart and, piercing them, cast out all the smoke of pride and rottenness they contain, and make me the king of all hearts. My love, my heart breaks for having to leave you, so I entreat you with your thorns to block my ears from hearing anything but only your voice. With your thorns cover my eyes from seeing anything but only you. With your thorns bedeck my mouth and silence my tongue from speaking anything that may offend you, so that it may freely praise and bless you in all things. O Jesus, my King, surround me with thorns, so that they may guard me, defend me, and keep my attention completely fixed on you. And now I wish to draw your blood and kiss you, as I see that your enemies take you to Pilate, who will condemn you to death. My love, help me to follow your sorrowful way, and I ask you for your blessing. Jesus is again presented to Pilate, who shows him to the crowd. My crowned Jesus, wounded by your love and transfixed by your pains, my poor heart cannot live without you. So I search for you, and I find you before Pilate once again. But what a moving scene. The heavens are horrified, and hell trembles with fear and rage. Life of my heart, my gaze cannot bear the sight of you without making me die. But the enrapturing power of your love compels me to look at you, to well comprehend your pains. So with tears and sighs, I contemplate you. O my Jesus, you are nude, and yet you are clothed, not with garments, but with blood. Your flesh of your body is crushed and tattered. Your bones are exposed, and your most sacred face is unrecognizable. The thorns fixed in your most sacred head have penetrated your eyes and your face, and I see nothing but blood which, pouring forth onto the ground, forms a pool at your feet. O my Jesus, because of the way you have been reduced, I can no longer recognize you. With painful convulsions, you have reached the most profound state of excess in humility. Oh, I can no longer bear such a sorrowful sight. I feel myself dying. I would snatch you from the presence of Pilate to enclose you in my heart and give you rest. I wish to heal your wounds with my love and bind the whole world in your blood in order to enclose all souls in it and lead them to you as the conquest of your pains. O patient Jesus, it seems that you, straining to look at me through those thorns, say, my child, come into these bound arms of mine. Place your head on my heart and experience sorrows yet more intense and embittered. For what you see on the outside of my humanity is but the outpouring of my internal sorrows. Listen closely to my heartbeats and listen to me as I offer reparation for the injustice of those who command, for the oppression they impose on the poor and the innocent, for the pride of those who, in order to preserve their positions of authority, honors, and wealth, close their eyes to the light of truth and do not hesitate to break any law to the detriment of others. With these thorns I wish to shatter the spirit of ruling pride, and with the furrows these thorns create in my head, I wish to establish the pathways in their minds that lead to me, whereby they may be completely reordered on the inside through the light of my truth. In my state of utter humiliation before this unjust judge, I want to make everyone understand that only through virtue is man constituted king of himself. I want to teach those who command others that only virtue united with upright knowledge is worthy and capable of governing and ruling others, whereas without virtue, all honors are dangerous and deplorable. My child, be the echo of my reparations and continue to be attentive to my sorrows. My love, in seeing you reduced so badly, Pilate shudders and, deeply moved, exclaims, how can there be so much cruelty in human hearts? Oh, this was not what I intended when I ordered him to be scourged. Wanting to free you from the hands of your enemies, he seeks a more convenient way out, and mortified by the painful sight of you, he looks away from you and questions you again. Tell me, what have you done? Your people have turned you over to me. Tell me, are you a king? What is your kingdom? At Pilate's barrage of questions, you, beloved Jesus, do not answer, but recollected within, concern yourself with saving my poor soul at the cost of so many pains. Since you do not answer, Pilate adds, do you not know that it is in my power to release you or to condemn you? But you, O my love, wanting to make the light of truth shine in the mind of Pilate, answer. You would have no power over me had it not been granted you from above. Yet those who gave me into your hands have committed a sin graver than yours. Irresolute as he is, with his heart in a tempest, Pilate is almost moved by the sweetness of your voice and, thinking that the Jews would be more compassionate, decides to show you from the balcony with the hope that they, in seeing you in such an agonizing state, may have compassion and agree to have him release you. Sorrowful Jesus, my heart faints in seeing you follow Pilate. You walk with difficulty, bent over under that horrible crown of thorns. Your blood marks your steps. As you go out onto the pavement, you hear the tumultuous crowd that awaits your condemnation. Impose in silence in order to call the attention of all and to be heard by all. Pilate, with repugnance, takes the two hems of the purple mantle which covers your chest and shoulders. He lifts it so that all may see to what a sorrowful state you are reduced, and says in a loud voice, Ecce homo, behold the man, look at him. He no longer has the features of a man. Observe his wounds. He can no longer be recognized. If he has done evil, he has already suffered enough, or rather, too much. I already regret having made him suffer so much. Therefore, let us set him free. Jesus, my love, allow me to sustain you, for I see that, unable to stand under the weight of so many pains, you stagger. Oh, in this solemn moment, your destiny is decided. At the words of Pilate, all become silent, in heaven, on earth, and in hell. And then, as though with one single voice, I hear the cry of all, crucify him, crucify him. We want him dead at all costs. Jesus, my life, I see you tremble. Their outcry for your death descends into your heart, and among these voices, you recognize the voice of your dear Father who says, my son, your death is what my will desires, your death and crucifixion. Oh, you hear also your mother who, though pierced and sorrowful, echoes the words of your dear Father, Son, I desire your death. The angels, the saints, hell, everyone with one voice cries out, crucify him, crucify him. There is not one soul who wants you alive. And oh, to my deepest embarrassment, sorrow and disdain, by an irresistible power I too feel compelled to cry out, crucify him. O my Jesus, forgive me if I too, a wretched sinful soul, implore your death. But I beg you to make me die with you. And you, my tormented Jesus, moved by my sorrow, seem to say, my child, cleave to my heart and take part in my sorrows and reparations. This is a solemn moment. My death, or the death of all creatures, must now be decided. In this moment, two currents pour into my heart. In the one current are souls who want me dead because they know that in me they will find the life they seek. Wherefore, by my accepting death for their sake, I exempt them from eternal damnation and open up the gates of heaven to receive them. In the other current are souls who want me dead out of hatred because they wish to confirm their own condemnation. My heart is lacerated and feels the death of each one of these souls and the very pains of hell they are to endure. Oh, my heart cannot bear these bitter sorrows, as I feel death with each heartbeat, with each breath. Wherefore I keep repeating, why must so much blood be shed in vain? Why the futility of my pains offered for so many? Oh, child, sustain me, for I can no longer bear it. Come and take part in my sorrows, and may your life be a continuous offering for the salvation of souls, to relieve my ever so excruciating sorrows. Jesus is condemned to death. Jesus, my heart, your pains are mine, and I echo your reparations. I see that Pilate is astonished and hastens to say, how can this be? Should I crucify your king? I find no guilt in him to condemn him. But the Jews' outcry fills the air. We have no other king but Caesar. And if you refuse to condemn him, you refuse to be a friend of Caesar. He's insane, completely insane. Crucify him, crucify him. Not knowing what else to do, and for fear of being deposed, Pilate has a basin of water brought to him and, washing his hands, says, I am not responsible for the blood of this just man, and he condemns you to death. But the Jews cry out, may his blood be on us and on our children. In seeing you condemned, they rejoice, clap their hands, whistle and shout. And you instead, O Jesus, offer reparation for those who, finding themselves in high positions of authority, out of vain fear and to avoid losing their places of honor, break the most sacred laws without any concern for the destruction it may cause entire nations, and who favor the wicked while condemning the innocent. You offer reparation also for those who, having sinned, provoke God's divine anger to punish them. While you make reparation for these sins, your heart bleeds with sorrow in seeing your chosen people struck by the malediction of heaven itself, which they themselves, with full consent, have asked for and have sealed by condemning your own precious blood. Oh, your heart is about to break. Allow me to sustain your heart in my hands as I make your reparations and sorrows my own. And yet, your love pushes you to greater heights as you, with eagerness, already look for the cross. Prayer after each hour. My beloved Jesus, you have called me in this hour of your passion to keep you company, and I have come. With the most touching and eloquent words, I seemed to hear you praying, offering reparation, suffering, and pleading in anguish and sorrow for the salvation of souls. I tried to follow you in everything. Now I owe you my heartfelt thank you, and I bless you. Yes, O Jesus, I repeat my thank you thousands and thousands of times, and I bless you for all that you have done and suffered for me and for everyone. I thank you and I bless you for every drop of blood you shed. I thank you for your every breath, heartbeat, and step. I thank you for all the words, glances, afflictions, and affronts you lovingly endured, For everything you did, O Jesus, I offer you my thank you, and I bless you. O my dear Jesus, let my soul send forth a continuous flow of thanksgiving and blessings. May they draw down on all of us the flow of your blessings and graces. O my sweet Jesus, press me to your heart, and with your most sacred hands, mark every particle of my being with your I bless you, so that my being may send forth a continuous hymn of blessings to you.